Christians now who are not accepted by all of Christendom. But there are Christians now who are coming forward like Pat Robertson, Franklin Graham, many of the leaders in Christianity, and daily defaming Islam and trying to say that Muslims are an antichrist, to try to say that we are out to destroy civilization, when it is based upon Islamic civilization that Western civilization actually had its renaissance. It is based upon our technology, our scientific method, our outlook on the world, that Europe was able to come out of its confusion, out of its dark ages, and then into a renaissance. We already had the renaissance. But they were able to come out of this based on Islamic concepts in science, Islamic concepts in justice, in civil society. Do not think that Muslims do not have civil society, that this began in Europe, or began in Greece or in Rome. Islam institutionalized this, but yet they tried to defame Islam, tried to label us with terrorism, and tried to blame us for acts going on all over the world without ever proving it. I remember going back to the time when the FBI building blew up, and then they said it has Middle Eastern markings all over it. And they started arresting and hurting Muslims and terrorizing. And everybody was sure who it was. The experts came out, they were sure. And then Timothy McVeigh. They found out the opposite, that it was a right-wing, homegrown, extremist organization that had carried it out right underneath their own covers. But they forgot about all of this. And now trying to defame Islam, even to the point where there are those who have come out, syndicated columnists, have come out and said that they want to end the whole problem, bomb Mecca and Medina. Drop a nuclear bomb on Mecca, wal-iyadhu billah. They're talking like this now. Drop a nuclear bomb on the Kaaba. And that's it, man. You don't have to worry about any more Muslims. They can't even make Hajj anymore. Decimate the center of Islam. This kind of talk, we haven't heard anything like this since the Crusades. But I want to assure my heart and your heart, because they can hurt us, they can put us in jail, they can terrorize us. But Islam is a different thing than Muslims. And the Prophet ﷺ has said in authentic hadith reported by Thawban, Inna Allah zawali al-ard, fara'aytu mashariqaha wa magharibaha, wa inna mulka ummati sayablughu ma zuwiya li minha. The Prophet ﷺ has said in authentic hadith, verily Allah showed me the expanses of the earth, its east and its west. He informed me that my ummah, my nation, would spread over and possess all that I saw of the earth. I shall be given the two treasures, the white and the red, Byzantine Roman Empire and the Persian Empire. At that time, and the hadith continues, at that time I beg my Lord not to allow my ummah to be destroyed by a general catastrophe, and not to be conquered by an enemy alien to themselves, who would bring low their capital city and leadership. And He, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, has said, Ya Muhammad, إِذَا قَضَيْتُ قَضَاءً فَإِنَّهُ لَا يُرَدْ. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, O Muhammad, my judgment is irreversible. It is irreversible. I have decreed that your ummah will not be destroyed all at once by a general catastrophe. That it will not be conquered by an alien enemy who would bring low its capital, city, and leadership, even if all of the nations were to rally against it. But a group of your ummah will destroy the other groups and take them captive. So this hadith in Sahih Muslim, it has two parts to it. One is that we can be assured, rest assured, that no matter what earthly powers do, they will never put out the light of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is like a fool trying to blow out the sun, or dogs barking at the thunder. They can't put out the light of Allah. This is the creator of the heavens and the earth. This is not Muslims running in extremes, fighting each other in confusion. You're talking about now trying to extinguish the light of revelation of the very creator of the heavens and the earth, who sustains us, who has created us, who has put all things that we know together in a divine order. And so rest assured that they will never put out the light of Allah. But where do we stand? The Prophet ﷺ, it was revealed to him, a group of your ummah will destroy the other groups and take them captive. So beware of this. Beware of what can happen amongst you. Deception, ghurur, illusion, deceit, confusion in the ranks. It can happen to us. And there are some who are deceived, who are students of knowledge. Students of knowledge. And we have seen it. And they are deceived in their very scholarship of Islam. Some of them are deceived. They spend all of their time studying makharij al-huruf. How to pronounce the letters in tajweed. How to read the Quran properly. And so they spend all their time with the makhraj, and they don't read the tafsir. And so they can pronounce the word beautifully, but they don't read what is being said in the book of Allah. And people come and they listen to the Quran, they say, Allah, Allah. But the very verse itself could be condemning them to hellfire. And so the Prophet ﷺ said, the time would come when people would read the Quran with melodious tones and it would not pass their throats. It would not reach their hearts. There are some who are deceived and they spend all their time studying Nahu and Sarf. They're studying the grammar, studying poetry, studying Logha, getting deep inside of it, and they don't look at the situation out around them. They can break down the ayah for you, give you a beautiful tafsir, but how do you apply this verse to the world outside? It becomes totally irrelevant. It becomes almost like, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Jumu'ah, كَمَثَلِ الْحِمَارِ يَحْمِلُ أَسْفَارًا. It's like a donkey carrying books on his back, man. That's a beautiful example. The donkey's got Bukhari on his back. Muslim. He got tafsir. But he can't read it, man. He's just moving along with the books on his back. It has no value for him. Look at that example. Beautiful example for us. Well, billah. Deception. And we have to look at this because it has happened to people who thought they were sincere. And they made the wrong choices. They became arrogant and proud. And started to make the wrong choices. And it has happened amongst our ranks that there are those who, instead of studying the usul of the deen, instead of going into the basis of the religion, they began their religion with ilm al-khilaf. And there was a group we studied in the Sahara region of West Africa. There was a group in Hausa land, in northern Nigeria and the desert region. And Sheikh Uthman Danfodio, rahimahullah, one of the great scholars of West Africa, he spoke about these people. And he said, you know, they had this book of Aqidah written by As-Sanusi. And they used to take this book of Aqidah, and they used to go around to the imams, and even the people making salat, and they would say, where is Allah? They would test their Aqidah. And if the person answered wrong, they would say, this person is not Muslim, he's kafir. They would make takfir. They would go to extremes. Instead of teaching the people, if you have something in higher philosophical Islam, then it is your duty to teach the people, because the masses of the Muslims, they are the people of the Qibla. Their hearts, they love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They may be confused.